Okay. Alrighty. It's time to do what we do again. And I know that the that the person out there that's in the control booth got control of stuff. So here we go. We got a week that's we had a week that was painful. I mean, pretty much. It's some stuff, and I know everybody's going to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it a little bit. Not a whole lot because we got Trump coming. I know the folks from last week.
Mr. Trump?
Folks from last week, the chairman of the state party was here, and he told you guys that we would have a big surprise coming. So because we would have a big surprise coming, that it was gonna be something big and something important. And of course, anytime you mention Trump, that you get the double reaction. You get the positive, you get the negative. And then, most people care one way or the other. So again, if you have not heard, next Tuesday, the President of the United States is going to be right here in Tampa, Florida. He's going to stop by Tampa Tech, and then he's going to have a rally at the fairground at 7. So again, sometime through the course of the day, I have a couple of tickets left for the 3 o'clock event. And our guest is going to give away some tickets to another event that's going on. So this
right at the fairgrounds.
There you go. So we can have a fun-filled day this morning. And let me go ahead and give out the info so you guys know what we do. The telephone call-in number here. Last week we didn't take any call-ins because we had one of those kind of shows where
technical.
It was technical and we had enough stuff going on to where, had we taken call in, it would have taken from the information that we was going to give to you. So the call in number here today for TMP 813-251-9867. 813-251-9867. My cell phone number, which you guys do use, don't call during the show, 813-230-3312. 813-230-3312. Website, porchtalkradio.com. porchtalkradio.com, because you're going to need to remember that and use that, sometime.
That's a beautiful website too, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Later today. All right. My email address. That's Eddie's email address. And that's Eddie, EDDIE, at porchtalkradio.com. See how easy that was? Yeah. Okay. All right. Before we get into guests and before we start talking about Trump and start talking about some of this other stuff, now let me tell you something, and I want you guys to kind of grasp this idea, concept, because what we actually do is bring you information. You make decisions on your own. There's a group of people who keep telling you guys that you don't need guns. They keep saying, "Oh, turn your gun in." Now you spend $500-$600, $1,000 to buy a gun, and they want you to give them your gun for free. Now let me explain something to you. Eddie Adams Jr. and my family, which happens to be all women in my household, my wife, my daughter, my granddaughter, somebody show up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning seeking to do anything at my house, I am going to shoot them dead repeatedly, and I'm going to shoot as many times as the gun will allow me to, and if possible, I will reload and shoot some more. I'm just saying, because you guys don't understand. I am not letting my family be dependent upon the police. I'm just me. I'm just throwing it out there.
They can be there in about 8 minutes.
I'm just saying. If you guys ever notice when stuff happen, it's all done in 2 or 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't care if the police were parked in your front yard. They're not going to be responding to something happening at your house 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning in 2 or 3 minutes. They're not. I mean, someone could have taken advantage of your family, and they could have done all kind of harm to your house, to stuff in your house. Okay, so when people I'm just telling you, process this, put it in your head. Do it make sense for a family of black folks? I'm talking to black folks because y'all the ones who they keep targeting and saying, oh, you don't need no guns. And this happens every time somebody gets shot.
Oops.
Most of the time is one of us defenseless black folks. I am going to tell you, we have done concealed carry classes at my office. It has been offered there before. If you want to learn concealed carry, I just gave you the website. Send us a message, and I can offer the concealed carry class at my office. PorchTalkRadio.com. We can take messages now if you're interested, because the people who do the concealed carry have the equipment at my office because they've offered the classes there. Don't be the victim. I mean, it's something about being the victim that we just kind of run out there and jump in front of bullets. We're bullet magnets. And the state that has the most tight, secure gun laws is Illinois. They kill hundreds of black folks every weekend there.
Yeah,
I'm
Chicago.
just saying they got all the rules and they got all the regulations that say, oh yeah, gun restrictions. Okay, guess what's the freest state in the union for gun restriction? Texas. Guess who has the least amount of gun shootings? Texas. So I'm just telling you guys. I mean,
you're making it too simple. They have different type of guns down there in Texas. Okay, Chicago has aggressive guns.
It may make sense for you to depend upon the system to protect you and your family. I'm just telling you, since 1863, that's when they emancipated and freed slaves, you ain't been free. You ain't been protected by the system. I'm just telling you, I am speaking the truth. Protect your own self, especially if you're a man. It's your responsibility to protect your family. Okay, if you can't protect your family, and again, everybody's talking about what happened this weekend, last weekend to the brother over in Clearwater. If you got your own stuff, when you push that man to the ground, he broke out here, you standing, he on the ground. Guess what? You pull yours, because he done did like the police say. He had a gun in his hand and he was pointing it at you. You got every right in the world to defend yourself and shoot his ass first. I'm just saying. Sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm just saying it. So that being said, let's get on with the show of the day. and I have a brother, because people who listen to the show know we're not politically correct. We're not trying to be politically correct, because it's about information. It's giving you the right information that allows you to make the decision for yourself. All right. So in the studio with me today, and I don't know if it's like throwing the brother under the bus, because he actually has a rodeo. And it's a black rodeo.
Well, wait a minute. I gotta correct you there.
Okay.
My rodeo is a open rodeo.
Okay, yeah,
open to all contestants, no matter what ethnicity.
Black rodeo owner.
There you
go. Okay, you
now
can get away
we're
with
good.
that. I am black all day long, and I cannot change that.
There you go.
Okay. See, because again, we're about making a point here, and we say black and we say white because we want people to understand. We don't want to get confused in the process of the information being delivered. So, my good friend, and happened to be my frat brother also,
Of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
the light of the world. Okay, we just want to throw that out there. Make sure you get all the information. He's the owner, and he's going to tell you about himself and about the business he has. And also, I'm just going to throw it out here and give the brother congratulations, because when I went to the rodeo last year, the brother proposed, and since that time, he's got married, and I haven't had a chance to congratulate him properly. Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you so much, Eddie.
And you got the mic.
Well, wow. So thank you for having me today. Didn't realize that On the Porch was so animated. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be part of this discussion.
Porch Talk Radio.
Porch Talk Radio, I got it. So, yes, again, I'm Gus Trent. I'm the owner of Gus Trent Horse Enterprises, located out in Plant City is where my ranch is at. And we're going into our 6th year of our annual rodeo called RodeoFest. It's going to take place August 25th at the Florida State Fairgrounds. Rodeo starts at 6 p.m. and we're going to have bull riding, barrel racing, tie-down roping, the 4-horse relay race, and mounted shooting.
Mounted shooting.
Yes, that's riders shooting off of a horse with blanks at balloons.
I just wanted to, because you got some brothers out there, like myself. See, I have an arsenal. You show up at my house, you're gonna be surprised.
Well, we think that's very clear because you're going to make sure the whole clip is empty. So, word to criminals out there: you do not want to show up at Eddie Adams Jr.'s house. So you're going to get dealt with. So again, just inviting the public to come on out. Tickets for adults are $15. Kids 10 and under, it's a $10 ticket. Great family entertainment. If you've never been to a rodeo, please come on out and see what it's all about. And again, we like to emphasize family entertainment. We do not serve alcohol at our rodeo. Nothing against anyone who consumes alcohol, but we just don't do that. So again, it's good family entertainment, and it'll take place Saturday, August 25th at 6 p.m.
All right, and I think you got some tickets here you want to
Yeah, we're going to do some giveaways. I guess if you call in, we've got 2 adult tickets, and we're going to give away a couple more. So if you call into the show, if you're out there listening, call in, give your name, and we'll have the tickets here for you to come down to the station and pick up.
All right. Also, since I know some of you guys listen, and I know some of you guys call, last week after the show, a grandmother down in Manatee County called the show. She called, left a message, and she had a problem because I gave the info out that we have a person that is making business personal loans of $250,000 or more. And I said, call me if you was in the position where you had collateral. So that means you had something of value that was worth $250,000 or more. And we would work out a process by which I can put you in contact with this person. Well, this young lady needed some glasses, eyeglasses. And she thought, I could help her with that. And I said, your glasses cost $250,000. And she said, no. So what I am going to do, she was looking for help. If you're the lady who called last week, send your information to me. Text me your information, and I will help you get your eyeglasses. It's the least I could do. And she explained the situation to me. And last week, since the show was over with, I told her I'll see what I could do. So if you text me your info later today sometime, then I will give you a call back and we'll work out getting you your eyeglasses. So that's my public service thing because she misunderstood. But again, we help people. See, that's part of what we do here. That's why we have in the process of doing a black credit union. Again, we're calling it the Black Credit Union so folks won't understand. They won't get it confused. At the end of the day, the name of the credit union may be something else, but we'll deal with that down the road. At this point, it's a group of people trying to formulate something for the community. Remember, we was doing this all ships rise with a rising tide. Well, we're trying to do something that enables this community to be self-sufficient, not have to depend on begging other banks and other financial institutions to help us in our community. We can help ourselves because those churches show up every Monday or Tuesday with Brinks trucks full of billions of dollars that goes to other banks, and the chances are slim and none that some of that money is going to end up back in our community. So if we got those churches, and currently we have over 100 black churches. The goal is to have over 200 black churches and putting their money into this black credit union so that the community may be able to benefit from that money. So you see the bulldozers showing up and start tearing down some of these old raggedy houses, some of the old raggedy buildings in our community like they do in South Tampa and Tampa Palms and Northdale and some of these other places. Again, this is an opportunity to invest in yourself, in your own community. We are not a poor community. I am going to tell you that. People keep telling you are, but I guarantee you the bankers where your money is being deposited at every other week, wait till they start having to do without it and you start taking advantage of it. That's going to change this whole community. They're investing $13 billion in downtown Tampa. Guess what? We're going to start investing some money in our own community, and we don't have to depend on the city and the county and the state who takes our tax dollars and spends them in South Tampa and takes our tax dollars and spend them in Tampa Palms, and they got beautiful roads, and we pay the same percentage of taxes, but somehow, hell, we still got dirt roads. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, as a concept, I mean, think about it. We still got dirt roads in the black community here in Tampa.
Well, there's some potholes out there. You can lose them small cars.
Oh yeah. We need to do the pizza thing. You know, they got the, what is that? One of those pizzas say you got a pothole in the road. That's a danger to our pizza callers. Well, you know, but again, that's taxpayers' money. That's county city dollars. So let me go ahead and thank our sponsors, because that's how we do this show each week. So, the Hillsborough County Republican Executive Committee. It was their vision that allowed us to start this show. Todd Jones, property appraiser. Print Fast, John Desprow has a call out too. And if you need any political signs made, tell him Eddie sent you, and he's going to give you a discount on those political signs. So the number, 813-621-9444. That's John Desprow, good friend. And just for making this thing possible, also OMM Inc. So I don't want to start talking about Trump yet, because then everybody's going to start throwing stuff at the radio. Everybody's, going to get all upset and get hot and bothered because he is coming to town. Gus, you want to give them one more round, give them the information, get them where to call, website,
Absolutely.
all that stuff.
Absolutely. You can friend me at Gus Trent, or the Gus Trent Horse Ranch on Facebook. My phone number, and I take all calls, is 412-592-6916. I say 412 because I am a native of Pittsburgh, born and raised. I've been here in Florida since 2010, and I just don't want to totally lose all of my home roots identity. So again, you can contact me at that number, 412-592-6916. You can check out my website at GusTrentHorsebackRiding.com. And again, looking forward, if you want to get tickets, you can call me directly. We also have tickets at Eventbrite. Just simply go to RodeoFest. And if you just Google my name, Gus Trent, you can find out all my information and just kind of see my story and so forth.
You do horseback riding training and stuff.
Right. Out at the ranch in Plant City, we do horseback riding. If you're a novice and you've never been around a horse and you just like to come out and see what it's like, you can give us a call and make an appointment. We cater to all ages, from 5 to, we've had a lady out that was 82. So if you've never had that experience, horses change people's lives, and one of the things that I really love about horses is it brings people together of all walks of life. That's one of the big things that I've enjoyed since being involved with horses, is that I've made some great friends, and again, from all ethnic backgrounds. Regardless of what your position is in life, we have to live in this world together, and that's one of the big things that I really love about rodeo. And at my rodeo, you will see that. You will see a true American spirit where people from many backgrounds, many different races, all just out to have fun.
And not just the folks in the stands, because the folks in the stands is probably as diverse a crowd as I've seen for people watching an event, but also out in the rodeo actually doing this stuff. Because whites, blacks, Hispanics,
right.
Doing the riding and the roping and the shooting and all that kind of stuff. So it is, I didn't think I would like it. I'm just gonna tell you because I showed up because he invited me. We was talking about this again. He's my friend, but I've been doing this for years. Right. How many years you been doing this?
This is 6 years.
6 years. So he's been invited me since he started, and I finally went last year, and it was phenomenal. It was great entertainment, well worth the $15 that the ticket is. So you could win a ticket or two here today, or you can just show up and buy a ticket. But I'm telling you, it's the best $15 home, wholesome family entertainment that you can get.
And Eddie, I appreciate you bringing that comment up, because a lot of times people have a misconception about rodeo, and unless you actually come and experience it yourself, you really are missing out on an opportunity. So I'm glad to know that you did come and that you enjoyed it. And again, my mother always taught me you should never knock something until you at least try it. So it may not be for everybody, but at least come out.
Are you going to have music playing there?
Absolutely. We have a DJ, a guy by the name of DJ Hype Man, who's been with me. He's a local DJ that does all my entertainment, and we'll keep the crowd entertained. We play all different types of music.
My first rodeo was in 72, 73 in Houston at the Astrodome with George Strait performing. Back in the beginning, he was just behind he had been the opening before, and then he kind of this is his first chance.
Right.
And of course they do.
And you've never forgotten that experience. No. That's the other big thing that I love about rodeo is that once you come and you like it, I've had people that have came to every single rodeo, so they can't say, "Oh, this is my first one."
Okay, he went down deep. He went down deep to get that one.
First rodeo.
I also do about 6 shows a year with a traveling rodeo, the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo. Bill Pickett was a famous black cowboy that actually invented the sport of steer wrestling, which is chasing down a steer, jumping off the horse, and wrestling it to the ground. So
now being from the city, why would you do that?
Well, I mean, again,
I'm just asking.
It's part of a sport.
Okay.
And we've got all kind of different things that people like to do. Some people like to spend their time on the basketball court. Some people like to play tennis. But, rodeo is a sport. It's a competitive sport. Every year in December they have the NFR National Finals Rodeo Finals, where there's huge amounts of money, millions of dollars on the line for contestants. Okay. So again, there's you can go to college. I didn't even notice till I got into rodeo that you can go to college on a rodeo scholarship.
Oh, wow.
I mean, now obviously you've got to be very good, but I didn't know that. I got into all this.
Just point to that steer, I'll go attack it.
Yeah, I got into all this late in life prior to 2010. As I mentioned earlier, I grew up in Pittsburgh. I'm a retired military officer. I was stationed at MacDill Air Force Base, and I always had this dream and fantasy.
Thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. About being a cowboy, and I got into it and just took off with it.
Boom.
Well, and again, since Gabriel asked the question, there was a purpose for all of this stuff long before they had rodeos, because on a real cattle ranch, you had to catch calves and you had to catch cows and brand them and do other things that serve purposes on the farm long before it became a show.
Well, this city boy knows they're going to get hungry eventually. If you just kind of keep some food nearby, they'll give it to you.
So anyway, well, we want to thank Gus for coming on the show today. If you want to hang around with us as we...
Look, I'm gonna stay the full hour. I want to be part of this. I mean, this Porch Talk is interesting. You talking about guns and everything else, and I'm enjoying that. So I'm gonna stick around.
Well, hang around. You and Willie will share that mic. Gabriel got a mic over here, and I do this thing here. So what I'm gonna do now, before we get caught up and get intertwined and all this other stuff, this is something that we call On This Day in History, because there's some folks out there who actually like to hear this be trivia.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
You
are.
do this because you like it.
It's happy hour in Florida anytime. That's what he's trying to say.
We used to do what we used to do.
The word.
The
Remember
word of the day. Yes, we used to do
And
word
nobody
of the day.
liked that
And
either.
you mispronounce it every time.
While reading it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have fun because it's my show, so we're gonna do it.
Fine.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I'm the boss. Shut up. Go.
Okay. All right. On this day, July 28th, 1896, the city of Miami was incorporated.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
What?
On
lot of
this
good dancing
day,
going on, I don't know.
on this day,
Say that out loud.
July the 28th, 1914, World War I officially began when Hungary,
No,
No, it's hungry.
Hungary, I said it right the first time.
fine. I'm hungry now.
Declared war on Serbia. On this day, July 28th, 1941, plans for the Pentagon was approved by the U.S. House of Representatives. On this day, 1945, a U.S. Army bomber crashed into the 79th floor of the New York City Empire State Building. 14 people was killed and 26 was injured. Now, see, that's something to say I didn't know.
I never heard that story.
See?
Ever. And I'm an Army guy. Never heard that story.
See,
Wow.
see, there we go. If we did one thing right, that's something somebody didn't know. Okay, also, on this day, 1982, San Francisco, California became the first city in the U.S. to ban handguns.
Now that's very interesting. I mean, so is that still in effect current day that if you live in the city of San Francisco, you cannot own a handgun?
Yeah, I mean, these guys.
But they have progressed now. Technically, they have progressed. You can poop on the sidewalk, hold on.
You can poop and pee on the
On
sidewalk.
the sidewalk, yes.
But you cannot own a handgun.
In San Francisco. Yes.
Wow.
Or have a straw that's dangerous.
Yes. A dangerous straw. They just banned straws, so hey, you know who knows what's next. Also, and finally on this day, July 28th, 1998, Monica Lewinsky received blanket immunity. Again, those arbiters of morality, the Democratic Party. Anyway, on this day, in 1998, Monica Lewinsky received blanket immunity from prosecution to testify before a grand jury about her relationship with U.S. President Clinton.
Come on now, it's not who you know.
So, there we go. And I know everybody got something to say about Trump's visit to Tampa. It's been foretold a couple weeks ago. People have been leaking it, but they couldn't officially let it out. And even last week when we had the party chairman here, he said something is coming, and it's going to be important to everybody. And he kind of led on, but he didn't say officially what it was. And then as soon as I left the studio, I got a call from somebody, the president's coming. Well, hell, that would have worked an hour ago. We could have told everybody. We could have been like hot breaking news, to the community. But okay, they didn't do it here. But I have 2 tickets left to the Trump event. Trump is actually having an event at Tampa Tech where he's going to stop and do an event where he's going to talk to students and other folks at Tampa Tech because again, and I'm going to say this is not any kind of news source saying it. If he went to Milton, if he went to Blake, it'd have been something about, he went to the Blake, high school in Tampa. Well, he went to Tech. Tampa Bay Tech is not a black high school in Tampa. It's not a traditional black high school in Tampa. It is a majority school.
Because I've been to Tech. I think the smartness, the intelligence of going to Tech is that Tech's a vocational school. And I think that's really the push when we talk about the campaign of Putnam and sort of this idea that a lot of the jobs that they teach people to do there were lacking in the country. We could talk about rebuilding infrastructure and bridges and airports and stuff, but if you don't have tradespeople to do that work, it can't get done. We could talk about throwing a bunch of money at it, but if you have people to actually get in every day and put up drywall, you can talk about all you want. So I think that's really an interesting. I think that's an interesting approach that we're deciding to push the vocational side of education again. I think that's a good move. So as opposed to going to some traditional school, magnet school like Blake, which is a performing arts school, and Middleton, their magnet is engineering, I think. Although important, but I think that tech's a better idea. I think that's a better idea.
Because not everybody's there for
But-
college. I've been to college. You run across people there in college, like, what the hell are you doing here?
Well,
Go get a job.
Well, yeah. So I think things have changed, that we really need to start getting back to that, back to the vocational side. And I hope, I don't know, I don't have any inside information, but I hope that that's the push.
Well, I think it's important in today's time that we emphasize that although college is an important aspect and you need to get formal education and so forth, everyone is not destined for college.
Good God, no.
And just as you mentioned, you have to have people that have those technical skills.
They do.
So what better way to get it, early on in life instead of later in life?
And I'm gonna tell you something, folks. I kind of give you perspectives that you haven't thought about. There are crane operators that make $200,000 and $300,000 a year. You got a lot of brain surgeons ain't making $200,000 and $300,000 a year. I'm just throwing that out to think about that. Yeah, a brain surgeon went to school, did all that kind of stuff, and you got a guy pushing the handles and the levies for crane, which is equally important, but they're making the same money, and that's a tech. You see what I'm saying? That's something you go to tech school, learn how to do, and go out and go to work immediately. So again, I'm just putting this stuff in perspective. What we don't have is the right perspective. And since she's in the room, I got a good friend that kind of said, well, I'm gonna kind of stop. I'm gonna stop by and see what you guys doing. So since you're in the room, come on over here to the mic. I know you got something to say. So speak, old wise one.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing great out there. This is Yvette Lewis, president of the NAACP, and I was just stopping by to see what's going on with this show.
We're still here.
Yeah, we hanging in. We ain't shot nobody this morning.
It's an amazing, maybe even an act of God that we're still here, but we're still here.
Well, that's glad. I'm so glad to hear that.
So what's up with the NAACP? What you guys got going on?
Well, you're going to hear a lot going on within the next month or two, within the next month, actually. We just came back from the national convention that was in San Antonio, Texas. It was a beautiful thing. So they gave us a lot of initiatives and directives that we need to address the community on. We got elections coming up for our local branch coming up in November of this year, so we're getting ready for that as well. And the biggest thing is that the NAACP, along with our community partners, we have a political forum on August the 9th at Middleton Senior High School, and we're going to be featuring quite a few races, and so we ask you to come out.
Quite a few races?
Races, yeah.
I'm just saying how it came out. You mean political folks running for stuff.
Political folks running for stuff, yeah. You say it your way, red man. I'm going to say it my way, blue lady. How about that? So,
See, she's talking in code,
Yeah, but it's not real code.
So yeah, we got races that we will be featuring, and then we're just gonna ask everyone to come on out and educate yourself on the candidates and learn the candidates, meet and greet the candidates. They should be up close and personal with you, and if they don't want to hold a conversation with you, then they don't need your vote. That's all I'm saying.
Good. And we got a career fair. Matter of fact, that made me think of, I went to Janet Cruz's career fair.
How was it?
Which was on Wednesday the 25th. Now, I'm going to say this, guys. Okay, we have been talking to the black community about you guys going to these job fairs. That's why we're trying to do these job fairs, so you guys can go get jobs, real job, technical job. And they was hiring people on the spot Wednesday. I saw hundreds of Muslims. I'm going to just say it, Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Before I got in the building, they was all outside. And I'm thinking, okay, well, the black folks supposed to be coming out and getting and taking advantage of some of this stuff too. Got inside, saw all kind of white folks, I saw Hispanic folks. The place that I saw the brothers and the sisters was behind the tables trying to hire people. It wasn't that many in line trying to get jobs. So I was disappointed because I know you guys have been hearing about it because I've been talking about this for 2 or 3 months. And I want you guys to go get some of these jobs because they were hiring people on the spot. They literally were signing them up, show up Monday, show up Tuesday, and meet Mr. So and so. And come listen to the conversation. And it did what it was meant to do. It's just that you didn't take advantage of it. And I'm sad. And we got another one at the Port on August 18th. We got another job, career fair at the Port. And again, you guys got to take advantage of it. I know a lot of you are employed, but a lot of you are not employed, especially young black males. So you need to, you need to show your asses up and get some of this work so you can make some of this money and get off the couch. Go ahead.
Well, that last, you said a mouthful. That last career forum that they just had.
Yeah.
Was it advertised?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. I saw in the Florida Sentinel. I saw it in a couple of a lot of other papers. It's definitely been on the internet.
Okay.
And this is Janet Cruz, State House Rep 60, whatever. And she did this thing. She advertised that she had 100 vendors. That means 100 people companies, organizations looking for people to hire. Mm-hmm. And again, now I'm just saying, I saw Hispanics there, I saw Muslims there, I saw a bunch of white folks there, and the fewest other folks walking around looking for a job were us. I'm just saying it. I mean, the truth will set you free.
Yes, it will set you free. Yes, you will. And I can't account and I cannot answer for every African American person there is. So, but the thing is, if y'all have the jobs out there, then people need to make sure that they get to it by any means necessary. If they got to catch the bus, a cab, Uber, Lyft, they need to make sure because everybody has bills to pay and everybody wants to eat these days. So that is awesome that the career fair went that well. I'm sorry that we didn't have a great attendance there. So there's two things. We got to do better at messaging, and we got to do better at reaching the people that need, that's in the crisis themselves. So we got to figure that out. So, maybe if Janet Cruz would have came over to the NAACP, we could have helped her promote and push that out.
We'll do that. Make sure.
Because the NAACP in Hillsborough County is the largest branch in the state of Florida.
All right, then.
And we're the oldest. Okay.
All right. Now we got a caller. Let's see what the caller guy say. She want to talk to some of us knuckleheads, other female here that's making everything look better. Welcome to Porch Talk Radio this Saturday morning, caller. What say you?
Good morning, Eddie. How are you?
I am doing excellent.
This is Diane Hart, running for State House District 61. I am very elated to hear you all talk about the vocational training. As you very well know, that's been one of the pillars of my campaign. I understand that every child will not go to college. Every child may not want to go to college, but every child deserves an opportunity to have a career choice. That's why I'm advocating to put it back into all of the high schools. My kids did attend Tampa Bay Tech. My daughter came out as a hairstylist, and my son took carpentry, and my grandson even took the medical training. But it's important that children have that opportunity. So I understand that the vocational training is a critical part. So to hear my Republican counterparts talk about it, I'm excited. That tells me that I have a chance to get something passed in Tallahassee that we can all agree upon. So I'm really excited about that.
And Trump is coming too. I know that may not, but Trump picked Tampa Tech. Yeah.
I'm not fighting you today, Eddie.
Thank you. but I just want to make everybody know she is my good friend. But we was on the show, a couple of months ago, 6 months ago, and she said she gonna come to the studio and beat me up. So and again, Diane Hart is a community servant, and she got a servant's heart. So thank you for calling. And tech is where it's at because you can do a tech program and have a career in 18 months from start to finish, and it's free. I mean, they got programs at Irwin, they got programs at ACC, they got programs, all these adult programs, right? And they got Tampa Tech. So again, get a skill so that even if you want to do something and be more, you can start with a job, maybe paying, under what your career, goal may be, but you got a job, and then you can go to school and do better later, but you still got money coming in.
Well, the idea, I had the pleasure some days and the terror some other days of spending 15.1 years in the Hillsborough County School District. Not as a student. I didn't spend 15 years as a student. I want to clear that up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because everybody went right there.
So you got held back how many times in second grade?
Yeah,
Extended program.
Well, yeah.
How many times is it illegal? How many times is it illegal to hold a student back? You know?
Yeah. So
Okay.
no, as an employee, and what I watched over that time is I watched a lot of pressure be put on the school district to pare back vocational training in all the schools. Way back when I was a student in school at Brandon, almost every one of the 10 high schools in Brandon or in Hillsborough County had an auto repair shop. Almost every single one did. Almost every single high school had agriculture. They had woodworking back then. They had shop, and they were moving into AutoCAD and those kind of things as the industry was moving that. And then there was this sudden push, and I think it had a lot to do with standardized testing about concentrating specifically and intensively on academics and pushing every one of those children through that funnel towards college, because that seemed to be what the people in the ivory tower thought everybody needed. And because media started judging school districts on how many kids went to post-secondary. It never looked back and saw how many kids failed
right.
when they got to post-secondary, because first of all, they shouldn't have been there in the first place and didn't want to be there or didn't need to be there. So so the school district and I'm going to offend people by this statement, and that's not what I want to do. The school district is a lot more feminine in that sense, where they take on tasks and they never let them go.
That's
like
right.
They're their children.
Hold them close.
Nobody ever reevaluates and goes, well, maybe we did this before, we shouldn't do this anymore. Once they take it on, that's it. And they've taken this attitude is they want to please all the people who are their critics, but by the same time, they've missed all the children that have fallen through the gaps because they were pushed through that rabbit hole down that funnel to college. They didn't have any business going that direction. And I think that and we've come to a time not just in our country, but just in our general area, where we are missing a lot of those folks to do the jobs. Like you keep talking about the billions of dollars that are happening in development, in our downtown area. And they're hurting, and at some point they're hurting for folks. They're going to have more jobs at some point than they've got people to fill them.
That's right, and that's right here in Tampa Bay. And the other thing you got to take into consideration too, when you finish your tech education, you ain't got no $100,000 of debt and 15 years of folks hounding you trying to get you to pay back a college loan. I'm just saying, because when you get through with tech school, it is usually paid for. Because more often than not, it's free, and if you do have to pay for it, it's still not hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, so that's really something that not everybody should consider. Now, I still need, if you're thinking about being a cardiologist, because I have a 7.5-inch scar on my chest because a cardiologist made it. Yeah, go to school. Do not learn that from a freaking YouTube video. Actually, go to school and learn how to do that. Spend the money.
Yes.
Please, spend the money. But there are a lot of opportunities now, and I think that in the black community that we are missing, because we are thinking about this in traditional ways. There are a lot of technical opportunities that people can learn now that they don't need college for. That you simply don't need college for.
All right, we know a caller is on the line, so as soon as our engineer gets back, he's going to put the caller through. Welcome to Porch Talk Radio, caller. What say you this morning?
Good morning, all proud to the people.
There she goes, my sister. How's it going?
Yes, I'm doing fine.
So you pay family members to call in?
Yes, we pay Connie to call.
$5.
I wanted to just say this. Our community, and I just tend to focus and stay in my lane of talking about black folks, continue to be, the social experiment. Things that we know work for our community when we are getting into the second wind, then things are snatched. The vocational training skills would have done our community, a wealth of leaps and bounds, but because the focus became on college education, then there was lack of funding or no funding at all for vocational. So we got a lot of people out here that we got to retrain. And all of them is not in high school right now, but full adults that has responsibility that we got to really get out and convince them in ways that you can do it again. That's the plain and simple. Plain and simple. And then we got to be willing as the leadership to help tear down some of these barriers and policies based on challenging backgrounds. And so I'm all for whomever make a decision that money should be spent toward real vocational uplift in our community. And I hope this don't become just like a spin gap and anybody can get in the line. If they got two tools and they know the right people, then they get the money and our people end up without any training. So that's a big concern. But I'm looking forward to seeing what this administration will offer, and also challenging this administration that we knock down every barrier and policy that prevent people from having a second chance in this society. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Connie. And Connie, if you remember when we started this last year, me and you had lunch, and I said then, we're going to have some career fairs and some job fairs, and we're going to do it every month, and we're going to do it till we get a majority of our people trained and educated and skilled so they can go out there and do the work. Now, we're doing the job fairs, and the black folks ain't showing up. I'm just being straightforward with you, and we got another one scheduled for August the 18th. So the one that's scheduled for August the 18th at the port, we went out there and embarrassed the port because the port's not been involved with the community. And again, I had to go to the port board meeting, and then they actually got a brother that they've promoted a couple of times, and he's in a pretty good place, and he's willing to work with the community and do some stuff. That's how we got this career fair at the port. The brother that's out there is doing a good job. So we got to help him, help the community. So the fact that the port say, yes, y'all can come and do this job fair at the port for free. So again, they even feeding folks. Maybe not should have said that, but but they got food, free food. You can come get a job, get a career, and help yourself and help your community. Every black person that's not working today, when you get that job, guess what? You become a provider for your family, and you got more money that comes to your community and gets spent in the community. So that helps everybody. So that's what we're trying to talk about. That's why we keep doing these career fairs, because we want you guys to find a job so you can help yourself. Get pride. See, that's pride pride don't come in being dependent. I know you don't want to be laying on that couch. I know you don't want to be sitting around playing dominoes and checkers all day, because at some point in time, you want to do the stuff that helps your family improve itself. So that's why we're doing this. That's why I am busting my butt to make sure, because I told Connie Burden that we were going to do these career fairs, we're going to help these folks find some jobs. So that's why I'm committed. So once I'm committed to something, I'm committed. I'm like the hugging mama that Willie was just talking about. Okay, caller, welcome. Next caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio. Thank you, Connie, for calling. Hello?
I just really appreciate you, Mr. Andy. My name is Sister Daisy, and I work hard in my community. And I'm very upset because I didn't really know about the one that the cruise lady had, and I'm concerned. I believe you have the NAACP person there.
Yes, she is. She's still here.
Okay, what my question leads to, I want my kids to know, when these people are pushing these jobs, for instance, your job, I would like the kids to know you're a working young man, and the lady at the NAACP, what her name is, and tell her it's her job, other than, the president, because you got to have a job anyway. But I want that to be expressed this morning, and tell us why the
right, let me go ahead and say this. Myself and Miss Connie Burden had lunch back in January, December, and she impressed upon me, and she said, Eddie, can we save 10? She asked me a direct question, can we save 10 of these black young men and help them? And me, with my gullible self, said, yes, we can. And so the first event I had, we had 300 some people show up. Most of those people were not black. We probably had 50 show up out of the 300. And so again, I have a goal, I have a target. Anybody that listens to this show know I got a goal and know I got a target, and I'm not afraid to say what it is. Now, other people have taken advantage of the opportunity that we have provided. Good for them. But we will keep providing opportunities. And since she's sitting here, she got a piece of paper in front of her, and on the back side of the piece of paper, it's got that we're doing a career fair at the Port of Tampa. Yeah. So she can take that piece of paper, go to the NAACP meeting, and show it to folks, and help organize and show up at the event. You see what I'm saying? That's what's important.
Eddie, I think one thing that's important when you have these career fairs and so forth is people have to come prepared. One thing that I've lived by in my life is the 5 Ps, and that's prior planning prevents poor performance. You can't show up at something unprepared and just think somebody's going to give you a job. Nobody's going to give you anything in this life. You have to be prepared, and if you don't know how to be prepared, then we need to get with people and do that for them, help them. But I think a lot of times there's this anticipation that you're just going to show up, no matter how you're dressed, no matter how you're talking, no matter how you're acting, just because you're black, and you're going to get a job. And that's not the way life is. We have to make sure that we're preparing people when they come to these events.
That is correct. I agree with you. That's one thing we do at the NAACP is prepare people for jobs. Our NAACP here in Hillsborough County is different because we're the only branch that has an empowerment center that helps prepare people for jobs. The Saturday event, the Saturday event, August the 18th, job fair, the NAACP has partnered up on many people with these job fairs and trying to help get this message out where the community needs to get it out. Me as myself, Sister Davis, I appreciate this, but let me tell you about Yvette Lewis from perspective of the Hillsborough County NAACP president. Okay. My job is I work for Elder Ford. So if you're in the line of purchasing a car, purchasing a truck, or however, a vehicle, you're more than welcome to come to Elder Ford. My title there is I am the community liaison there for Elder Ford dealership. So what I do is I work for the advertising part of it, and I also help educate the African American community on the dealership itself, and the dealership I help educate them on the African American community, and I oversee their charitable goods. So Sister Davis, when you're doing something with your church or anything in the community, and if you need a sponsor, that's where you would probably give me a call, and we can have a conversation about that and see if we can help. Elder Ford will step up to the plate with that. But let's go back to this job fair. The job fair is a wonderful thing at the port, and it's going to be at Terminal 2, and it's going to be from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. So often we get several calls into the branch asking for a job. I need this, I need that. We got to help educate ourselves. We got to do this. We got to stop relying on other people to help finance us when we can stand up and finance ourselves. So this is an excellent thing for the community. So when we get the calls that come in, I'm going to send them over there, and it's up to them. You don't have to have a skill. You don't have to have a special knowledge. Just show up. And when you show up, be ready. Because, I've always been told if you stay ready, then you ain't got to get ready.
There you go. All right, we got a caller, last caller of the day. Caller, welcome to Porch Talk Radio. This is Eddie. What say you?
Mr. Adams, how you doing? Charles Coffey. I I think I heard something in there about the NAACP. You know, I've been disillusioned for some years with the NAACP. They used to send you out a membership card, you know, when you sunk in the $25 and your $50 a year, so forth and so forth. But they always show up later. You know, and this is the thing, look, we've got to define who our leaders is. These kids need to know about these jobs. We need to NAACP need to get back on their job and start doing something. Like Mika Evans and all them guys that lost their life. Get back on their job and start really pushing this thing. You know what I mean? We're sitting down and not pushing this thing. You know, I'm disillusioned with all of that. If we don't get no finance, Trump ain't your problem. We don't have any financial power. That's why everybody's kicking us and beating us down. That's what I got to say. Thank you, sir.
Okay, real quick, Eddie. Don't get disillusional. Get involved. Call the NAACP. Your membership is only $30 a year. Membership cards have gone out, sir. Give me a call. 813-234-8683. Don't get disillusional. Get involved. Thank you.
All right. One last thing, Gus.
Hey, this is Gus Trent coming to you live from Porch Talk Radio, and I'm inviting you to RodeoFest Saturday, August 25th at 6 p.m. at the Florida State Fairgrounds. You can just give me a call at 412-592-6916, and we can arrange to get you some tickets, and I look forward to seeing you at RodeoFest.
All right, folks. Porch Talk Radio, we done it again. We will see you sooner than later. Come to the event. Come to RodeoFest. Be a part of what we're trying to do. We're trying to move and change and move this whole thing forward. The entire community. We won't leave anybody behind. And this is Eddie Adams signing off. See you next week. Same bat time, same bat station. Love you. Bye-bye.